So my name is David Lorimer. I'm the Program Director of the Scientific and Medical Network and of the Beyond the Brain Conference. And today I'm with Dr. Natalie Dyer, who's one of our speakers in November. Natalie, welcome.
Thanks, David. Hi, it's great to see you again.
And I'm going to ask Natalie about some of her background, but was there a single or a unique experience in your life that started your inquiry into consciousness beyond the brain?
I wouldn't say there was a single event that started my inquiry into consciousness extending beyond the brain, but I would say that there were many experiences over time that led me to that questioning. For example, as a very young child, I just had this feeling that I came from somewhere else and that I was here for a short period of time for a purpose that wasn't clear. So I had this kind of innate connection with I guess what I would call an invisible spiritual family of some sort. And I had quite a few experiences of confirmed intuition, intuitive dreams that came true, and a slew of out-of-body experiences as a child. So I had these direct experiences of my consciousness extending beyond my body and just this inner knowing. But somewhere along the way, I did get conditioned somewhat into scientific materialism because I was on a quest for truth and I took science as a path. But then when I started my PhD, I started a meditation and a yoga practice and energy healing as well. And these practices really brought me into a very serious interest into scientifically studying these spiritual practices and experiences. So I think there were a lot of small incidences throughout my life that led me to where I am today.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And going back to that initial intuitive knowing as a child, I'm sure many of our viewers will resonate with that. And if you were coming sort of new to the topic and you wanted to know more, what advice would you give? What would you tell people to advise people to do or to read in the field?
Yeah, I would suggest, in addition to reading a lot about what I guess is called post-materialist science mostly now, so on mediumship, the science behind mediumship, near-death experiences, past lives, spiritual experiences. There are many books like Expanding Science, Beyond Materialism, The One Mind. Like there's so much great material out there, which is important. But I think what's really important is having a practice that connects them directly with having a transcendent experience, whether it's starting a yoga practice or chanting or meditation, even plant medicines used in a therapeutic context, because the knowledge is really important. But when it comes to the idea of consciousness extending beyond the body and the brain, having that direct experience, I think is even more powerful. So I would recommend reading and learning a lot of knowledge, but also pursuing the various practices that lead to that understanding.
Yes, I think knowing directly is more important than knowledge. The crucial experience is more significant than the crucial experiment. And in fact, just this morning, I was reviewing a book called The Divine Within by Aldous Huxley, where he draws an important distinction between knowledge as something conditioned and conceptual and understanding as direct insight.
Exactly, yeah.
So, and then tell us a little bit, Natalie, about what you're going to be presenting at Beyond the Brain this year.
Yeah, so I'll be presenting about universal love, which is defined as a conscious state of unity with others and the whole, which results with contact with a transpersonal or transcendent self, so with a capital S. It's also called divine love, close to agape, and unlimited love is another term people use. And universal love is a common theme emerging from spiritual and mystical experiences, therapeutic plant medicine use, meditation, and even energy medicine. And the experience of universal love is a key component of the transformative power of things like near-death experiences, psychedelic experiences, and most energy healing techniques like Reiki also work through cultivating this universal love. And it's commonly felt by those receiving energy healing as well. So it seems that it's a common thread running through transformative experiences. And it also seems that our emotional closeness to one another can determine the extent of influence over each other's physiology. So I will discuss whether it's possible that universal love is fundamental to the nature of reality, and whether universal love is a force that connects our consciousnesses all into one. So I'll review this understanding and how that would positively transform society if true.
Thank you so much. Well, I don't think anything could be more important. So I hope
I agree.
who are watching will join us at Beyond the Brain in November. Thanks so
Thanks,
much,
David.
Natalie.
Thank you so much. Take care.